Hello. Welcome everybody to the stream. We are back here to do some game development on Sentient Cube. Now today is going to be a laid back day, but every day is pretty much a laid back day, but today is going to be extra laid back because I just ate a burger that I made and some fries and I'm feeling extra sleepy, but I'm not going to let that stop me from making a good old-fashioned game development stream. So before we get into our game development, let's talk about our day and how we've been doing. Well, for me, I've been especially bogged down by school, but honestly, it's kind of nice because it's what gives me the drive. I'm studying really hard for my math exam. It's my last math class before I get to transfer, so I'm trying super hard to pass this class. And we're learning discrete math, where basically there's no numbers or anything. It's all just letters and words and symbols and whatnot. So it's like the first math class that I've had where you don't actually have anything to solve. Instead, you have to prove everything. And I've never needed to prove myself until now. It's pretty challenging, but I've been studying a ton. My schedule is pretty much like wake up, eat, get some coffee, study, feel guilty about not working on Sentient Cube, keep studying, eat again, and then feel guilty about not working on Sentient Cube, so on and so forth. But, you know, for the whole feeling guilty about not working on Sentient Cube thing, that's exactly what having this stream is for. So, without further ado, if you guys want to tell me about your day, that'd be very nice too. But without further ado, let's get into some game development so that I can feel less guilty about not working on it. Anyways, so today's agenda is going to be very fun. You've probably read in the title that we're going to be doing some level design today, and that's going to be extra fun because level design is fun to watch. It's really physical and it's really visual, so I'm excited to do it. So before we start changing some levels, because what we have right now is we have 10 levels in total, what I want to do is I want to arrange the order in which we teach the player about certain mechanics. For example, there's the right click ability, the twirl, and it doesn't really have a proper introduction. So I think that might be the topic for today. And we're going to try to add a level before like the grappling hook, so that the player is properly introduced. So let's take a little review. So this first level, it teaches the player about simple movement, right? Let's pretend we're playing like in the shoes of a new player. The player learns how to move, and it's like, oh, okay, you can move. That's cool, you know. And then they get stuck in this area. Let's just skip this area for now. Right? You don't know about twirling right now, but if you did, then you'd skip that. And here is a little maze, and the player doesn't know about jumping yet, but basically you walk through this maze. Let's just keep going and do this little skip that I love. Right, and finally, this is a level about jumping, and it says space to jump. Right? I need to remember, right? Let's put this in our notepad. So, notepad. Let's make it so that the tutorial is persistent until the action is completed. So for example, here the tutorial told us to hit space to jump, and it kind of fades after some time. What I should do, and every time you enter the trigger, it kind of re-prompts the player. But what I feel like I should be doing is I should just leave it opaque until the player finally jumps, and then it starts fading. So I think I'm gonna do that because some people will dilly-dally, and then the space to jump will fade away. That's for sure. And then you're supposed to fall into here, and then the narrator will like talk to you and stuff. Like that's funny and stuff. I don't even know if I should keep that anymore, but at this point, I'm just gonna keep it because the demo, like there's no point in like continuing to rewrite the demo like over and over. The demo should be a vertical slice of the game. So as for this is the whole like twirling into the pink block thing. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, also this music's pretty loud. Let's turn it down a bit. There we go. Okay. So I don't know how I feel about this. The whole like twirling into the pink block thing. It feels a little there's just too much jank with it, so I might just do away with it, but we'll see. And then after that, there's the grapple, right? There's the grappling section. Wow. Right. So I wanna work on this today. So let's see here. Normally, technically, the pink block is where I teach the player how to twirl, but there's too much happening because what's happening with the introduction of this twirl here, right, is that the player has to like walk into, or like they have to roll into the pink block, then they have to hit right click, and then this interaction will happen. Right? There's too many conditions happening. What I do think needs to happen might be like, let me think. I feel like the launcher would, so there's this idea that I had, right? Where basically, ooh, a new main menu. I forgot about that. But let's take a look at here. Super Smash Bros. DK Barrel. Maybe I guess it's because I typed DK. Let's go with Donkey Kong Barrel. No, am I not getting any of that? Okay. Well, I guess I'll just talk about it. So basically, I had this idea in the last stream where I could solve a lot of the problems that I had by designing something akin to like a Donkey Kong Barrel. Because if you like go into it, it launches you in a direction, and that's like fun and stuff. But the most important thing is that there are a lot of skills that I want to teach the player that are basically related to maintaining speed after you've gotten a lot of speed. The issue with that is if the player doesn't know how to maintain, how to accumulate that speed to begin with, they don't get a lot of opportunity to practice maintaining the speed. So this is in regard to like bouncing, maintaining speed at bouncing, or doing a turn with twirl. And I feel like when teaching the player about twirl, I think the launcher might actually solve that, right? So let's think about the order of everything again. Here the player is learning about movement, right? This is fun and all. And then the first level is finished. And technically, I actually still like this area, right? Yeah, I like this. Now, the thing here, and then this is a level about jumping, and then afterwards, right, all the player knows how to do is just jump. And at that point, right, we're basically, all of a sudden, we're just skipping to like, oh, hit right click in the air, right? And that's too much. So I need to think about what we should do. Let's go back to here. So we can finally step away from the menu stuff, step away from the scoreboard stuff, and we're finally back in the level. It's been a long time. Well, let's just take a look at the level from the editor and take a look. Let's see. In addition to that, I also need to think of this. I'm doing like this 3-star system, right? If you guys didn't know, like most games have like this collectible star thing, and I think I'm gonna do that too. And to incentivize taking it, I might just, let me think. I was thinking this, right? I want people to collect stars so that they feel like they're completing levels more. It's more like rewarding and stuff. And I was like, okay, to incentivize taking stars, I'm gonna give them a speed boost when I do that. And then now that I think of it, the launcher is also a little speed boost. So I guess technically there's nothing stopping me from tying the stars to the launcher. So what if instead of collecting 3 stars, it's entering 3 launchers, right? Each of the launchers is a star. So there's like 3 launchers in each level, right? So what ends up happening is the players are they feel inclined to enter the launchers. And the way I wanted to design the stars, right, is that there's basically one star that is impossible to avoid, which is when we do the launcher idea, then that would mean there would be a launcher that's impossible to avoid, right? So basically, you have to enter this launcher to complete this specific level. Let's see how it goes, right? Because I just had an idea where basically I technically don't need to tie launchers together to the stars, because what I could do is for every star launcher, if you will, that I put down, I could instead just have a normal launcher that isn't a star, and then simply place a star in the path of the launcher that the player cannot avoid. But I'm not sure. Let me keep thinking. But for now, we're going to have to design a... I think it's better if I make a star system right now. And then after that, I could make the launcher. So because I just realized, right, before we can design the levels, we have to design like the mechanics and stuff. So we're going to add a launcher to the game, I suppose. But before we do that, I think we're gonna do the stars. So let's do something really simple, really easy. We're just gonna make an object that disappears when you touch it, right? Easy as that. So let's just make, I mean, it's gotta be a cube, right? Let's just make a cube, right? Over here, like so. And let's see. I don't want to click this. Okay. I forgot what I did to make everything kind of not interact with the light, but I believe it's like layer. Okay, so what if it was like this layer? Okay, now interacts with the light. Maybe like this. Okay, untag this. Okay, let's just go with ground, even though it's not ground, but let's just go with that. Let's make a new shade. Let's make a new material for it. Hold on. I don't even know if we can hear the music anymore. Just tweak it up a bit. Okay. So let's make a new material for it, which is here. I guess this would work for now, but let's just make it shiny yellow, because that is impossible to mistake, right? Or a very delicious collectible. So let's go with this. And the mission needs to change as well. Oh, right? That's awesome. Let's take a look at how it looks in game, right? Because sometimes it can be hard to see if the emission or the bloom is just too crazy. All right, that looks delicious and collectible, right? I guess we can make it a little bigger so that it looks more appealing to grab. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's make it 1.5. Right, so it's a bit bigger than the player and it's a bit easier to run into. And I do want it to be, let's see, maybe have like a 45-degree angle here, and another 45-degree angle here, and then another 45-degree angle here. So basically, it's is that even right? What am I looking for here? Like, I think, oh, I think you guys know what I mean. Okay, 45 here, 45 there. Wait, how do we actually make it so that one of the corners is on the bottom? Is it like this? 30, oh, so it's 30, 30, 30, 30, and then 45. No? 50? I mean, what the heck do I know? Right? All right, let's ask ChatGPT. That's never a mistake. Let's go here. In Unity, how do I rotate a cube so that one corner faces down? I don't know, man. I don't think 45, 45, 45 is it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Is this really it? It just doesn't look like it. It don't look like it, my guy. Whatever. Do that. And do that. I think that looks good enough. I'm not sure. Let's call this collectible. We need to make a better name for the collectible cube. I mean, I kind of want to call it a goodie. Right? So it's like 3 goodies collected. You collected a goodie, right? That kind of thing. Let's see. And honestly, I'm not against the idea that like collecting goodie will just give you a super big like speed boost, but let's see what happens. So we have the goodie now, and we're gonna make a script. It's gonna be called goodie script. Goodie script. Okay. You know, I've been doing this new practice where basically I don't name things something underscore script, but instead just the something itself. Because you can kind of tell that it's a goodie because, yeah, it's a script file to begin with, but it might be confusing, but let's see how it turns out. Every day you learn something new about code, right? Okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to like kind of rotate, right? So transform that rotation is equal to transform that rotation plus new vector 3. Let's make a new variable with rotation speed is equal to 5, I guess. I forgot. Okay, let's just have ChatGPT do this for me. Write code that rotates an object. Oh, I forgot. It's transform that rotate as a method or a function. It's up. I mean, yeah, let's just see. It doesn't need to be in fixed update. If we're multiplying it by time.delta time, rotation speed goes to 50 here. And then we're gonna let this compile. Whoops. All right, let's see what happens. It should start spinning in some direction now. I don't know what direction it would be, but it's just gonna start spinning. Yeah, okay, that looks kind of cool. Honestly, that like I might even just settle for that, right? But here's the thing: I wanted to rotate based on the world, axis. So change the code so it rotates horizontally based on the world axis. This is prompt smithing, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Space.world. Oh, you can do that, huh? And you learn something new every day from ChatGPT. Okay. So hopefully it's gonna start rotating relative to the world axis. It still says up, so I'm pretty sure it's not the effect that I want, but let's just see. Ah, perfect. So it kind of looks a little wonky, but honestly, like, I think I can fix that, right? So I think in order to fix that, I'd have to look from this perspective. And then go like this. And then now I have to start rotating it so that every corner faces the right way. Yeah, that might look right. I'm not sure. I believe the corner, it's being corner to corner now. I mean, honestly, like, what do I know? Okay, but this is good. I believe this is good enough. Let's up the rotation speed by 3 times. We're gonna hit save. We're gonna hit play. Take a look at this again. We can work on it so we can trigger enter. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to save. Whoops. But yeah, we have the effect that we want now. And the idea, it has a collider on right now, but we're hi. Unfortunately, I can't see the watch, but just wanted to pop and say hi and see what's going on. Oh hey, welcome, Waver. No problem. Today we're just doing some level design, and I realized before we can do level design, I have to work on the mechanics of the new levels. And one of the things that I wanted was like collectible stars. I want 3 in each level. So what we're working on right now is just a big shiny yellow thing that you can, throw your face into, and it'll go ka-ching, and we'll collect it. That's what we're working on right now. And you can see here I have this cool shiny yellow orbiting thing right here, and we're running into it. Nothing's happening because I don't have the code here, but we're gonna be working on it. But yeah, glad you could pop by, Waver. I hope you've been having success with your project. I know I've been getting some slow but sure progress with mine. So from one dev to another, I salute you. All right, let's see now if the cube is gonna stop us. We just want to run into it and pass through it. Yeah, okay. Nice. Boom. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, awesome. So what's the next step? The next step is to activate the box collider again and enable the trigger so that the collider doesn't actually block anybody, but it is a trigger. So when something enters the trigger, we're going to check if other.compare tag. Let's check if it's a player. If it is a player, then debug.log goodie collected, and then object.destroy. Actually, it's destroy game object. So we're gonna destroy it after we touch the yellow box, the yellow cube. Maybe I should have made it a capsule, I don't know. But I like the idea that everything is basically a cube. Boom, there we go. And to be cool, we could give it a sound. Let's just go ahead and do that. It's gonna be a little placeholder sound. Let's see. Twirl, twirl, twirl. It's here. Player controller grapple, descent spin. It's this one. Audio manager. Oh, games with that play 12. That's nice. So this is goodie. We're gonna play audio. It doesn't know what audio manager is. We're going to go ahead. Oops. AM script. Yep. And in the awake function, oops, we're gonna go ahead and game object find. Well, technically, actually, what I want to do is I wanted to reference the game manager instead for this. So instead, we're going to do this. Game object find game manager dot get comp game manager script, right? And am script is basically just going to be game script dot am script. And I'm actually surprised that game manager doesn't have the audio manager. I guess it's because it's pretty primitive right now. So let's go ahead and do that. Script. Is equal to game object dot find we're doing a lot of code right now, but everything should be good. So that was a lot of code that I just implemented without testing it incrementally, but from what I know, it should play the twirl sound the moment we hit the yellow cube. So let's take a look. All right, it's not happening. let's see. What is wrong? You don't know what ham script is. Why? Let's see. Let's take a look-see. Is it because I typed audio manager wrong? I don't think so. Interesting. I mean that's what happens when you try to code so much without testing, right? So we're looking at Goody here. I mean, I feel like this should work. Yeah, it happens in awake as well. Meh, okay, I guess this is why we don't do it that way. So let's just delete these. Let's just delete what we did and just do it the good old-fashioned way. Let's just keep it minimal, nice and minimal. So basically we're gonna have to go with game object.find audio manager. Component audio manager script. There we go. All right, let's go back. I do think it's just gonna work after this. Hit me up. Oh, there we go. Okay, that was a little misleading, but that was basically two twirls that we heard. It disappeared, it played the twirl sound, very cool. We could give it like a particle effect eventually, but right now we have what we want, right? We have a collectible thingy-mabob. And I'm starting to think that there's gonna be an issue with the way this Goody is implemented. So I'm gonna make a parent for it. This is gonna be the model, right? And this is gonna be the Goody controller. That basically, if I want to move it like in an orthodox way, I'm just gonna be moving the parent instead. Right? And as for the Goody, yeah, it's gonna be 0, 0, 0, but the rotation will stay the same. So we can now do stuff to it in a more orthodox way. So let's just go ahead and put it like down here on the down low, make it nice and easy to collect. Take a look at it. Right. Ding! Yeah, then you collected it. Okay, so we have now made a collectible, right? And that didn't take too much time to code, right? So I'm happy with that. Now we basically have stars to collect, except they're gonna be called goodies now, right? Create a goodie. It's a collectible star, right? I just want to call it Goody. All right, so we're just gonna put them in places now. Places where people would want to collect them to begin with, right? So again, we're gonna talk about the philosophy with the places, the stars. Oh, oops. Let's just make it so you can't select that. Oh, I see. Okay. Fine. But basically, we're going to place the first goodie here, and then when you collect it, you get a speed boost. You see, like the fact that I'm putting in so many new ideas means that the existing levels that I've made, they're not exactly relevant anymore. Because if I have the player get a speed boost here, then they're gonna like go too fast, and then they're gonna splat themselves into this corner here, and I don't want that. I don't want that at all. So, right? It's interesting. Like how does one solve this problem? I still want people to collect goodies though, right? But I want to incentivize it. But now that I think of it, I think I might not. Originally, I was gonna do something along the lines of, if you collect a star or if you collect a goodie, then you get a speed boost. But judging by how that could pose some problems, I guess I'll just make the goodies incentivize like fast speeds by placing them in the path of faster speeds. It's I'm not sure, but for now, let's just not put the speed boost on the goodies, right? So we're going to go ahead and make a prefab out of this, and we're gonna call it a goodie. Where is it? It's here. Isn't it cute? So we're gonna go ahead, and it's not a block actually, it's whatever, who cares. We're gonna paste this. Wow, it's twice as shiny. And then we're gonna put a goodie here, right? So basically these goodies is gonna be my indicator for how I, the level designer, would indicate how to play like the level. And what I've noticed is that most people will just go here and then like spin fast and stuff. But what I actually intended for people to do is I wanted people to skip, and then go over this thingy, and then skip it by getting this height. This was before I made the twirl, right? But now that we have the twirl, it's just super easy to skip this section. But if I do this, then people will understand what I'm trying to get them to do. What's gonna happen is that like the player is just gonna look at this goodie in the air, and they're gonna be like, how the heck do I get that? And they'll connect the dots. They'll be like, oh, okay, I need to be on this. But wait a second, I can't get on this the normal way. How do I get on that? Oh wait, you know. And so like these goodies, right? They serve a really good purpose. It's basically me communicating with the player. And oh, we need to make it so that the goodies start rotating in a different order. So like this, like that. Isn't that cute? Right? We collected 3 stars. We collected 3 goodies. So I find that super cute, and it just feels like you're accomplishing more. So to the code, we're going to go ahead and make this. So we're going to make a bool called start rotation, right? And if we don't declare anything, it's going to be false by default. So if start rotation is true, which is this, then I want you to do this. But it's false right now. So when it's awake, I want to start a coroutine, right? It's going to be a timer. So IE numerator start rotation timer like this, yield return new wait for seconds, and we're just going to do random mathf.random. Wait, how do we random again? Random.range. Yeah, okay. Right, and it'll be from 0.1 to 0.5, something like that. In addition to that, oh, and then after it's done waiting for the seconds. Hey, Greg, welcome. You made it. I'm glad you made it. Today's more interesting. You can only stay for a little. No problem. We already got some interesting stuff going on. So let me just finish this up real quick, and I'll tell you what we're working on. Okay, rotation speed. Right, okay. We're going to change the rotation speed as well. It's going to be random range. And let's make it go from anywhere from 50 all the way to 75. Random.range. Oh, okay. So that, random.range, like so. Start recovery routine, blah, blah, blah. Like this. And I believe that should work. So what's going to happen now is we're working currently on the collectible stars. So you can see I've made them nice and yellow. And they are cubes because it's Sentient Cube, right? And what I was just talking about is that these collectible stars, I'm calling them goodies, right? Because I wanna say that you collected 3 goodies out of 3. What these goodies do is they kind of serve as a way for me to communicate, me as the level designer to communicate with the player. And I decided to avoid or to not do the whole speed boost thing for now, because I was thinking, right, this is level 1, and imagine you collect this star or this goodie and you don't know that you're going to get the speed boost. What's going to happen is you're going to end up just face planting into this block over here, and you're going to feel like you don't have a lot of control over the cube. Some players might even start avoiding the yellow goodies because they don't want to lose control of the cube and stuff. But anyways, what I was saying is that the yellow goodies, right, they serve as a way for me to communicate with the player. And what was happening a lot was at the time I wanted people to learn how to do the very first skip if they wanted to, by going from here to here, and then with the extra height that they have from here, then they could easily skip to this section. This I designed before twirling was a thing. But after I designed the twirl and I put the twirl in, it's really easy to just go from here to here because you can just skip it just by hitting twirl somewhere in the middle. So now, and it's just not that intuitive for players to understand that, like, you have to go from here to here to here. But now there's an incentive to do so, right? If you want to, you don't want to collect if you don't want to collect the goodie, not a problem, right? Go ahead and do your skip the normal way, the twirl, right? But if you want to do 3 out of 3, if you want to collect every goodie out there, right, you'll end up having to follow this very natural path that I intended from the very beginning. And as for yeah, exactly. And what's gonna happen, right, is that the players they're gonna start the game, and okay, they're not rotating. Something's wrong with the code. That's what we were working on. But let's just keep going. We're gonna collect the first goodie, right? It's gonna make the sound. It's gonna make your brain go boom. Dopamine enters your brain. Then you collect the second one, right? And most players would probably go here. And they notice, like, oh wait, there's a third goodie. I collected 2 of them already, and there's only like 1 left. They're like, how the heck do I get up there? Right? And I think I should probably make a step here so that the player can get back up. But let's say the player does get back up, and they're like, oh, okay, I guess I'm supposed to get onto that block. So I'll just go ahead and jump here. And then after jumping there, they'll jump like this, and then they'll try to do the skip. And then that's, I don't know if they're gonna make it or not. In order for you to properly make it, right, you have to accumulate some speed, right, while you do these skips. Yeah, the little crumb trail, exactly. Anyways, and I just had this idea where if you collect this goodie and you get the speed boost, you'll lose control, and it's like not cool, right? In addition to that, the idea that I had with the stars, right, which are now called goodies, is that one of them will be pretty much unavoidable, right? It means that if you barely just play the bare minimum of the level, you will have collected 1 goodie because the game made you do that. So this is basically one of them, right? It's like almost out of your way. You would have to like go out of your way to avoid collecting this, right? So basically everyone's gonna be collecting this one. As for this one, I guess it's a little out of your way, but I mean, let's go with this, right? I think this positioning makes more sense. I just wanted it to, I did want it to look more asymmetrical. No goodie-less runs, right? Goodie-less %. And now I just had an idea, right? I want to incentivize collecting goodies, So what if I made it so that the last goodie that you collect gives you a speed boost? It wouldn't hurt for new players because most new players, they're not actually collecting all 3 goodies, right? They're just gonna play the bare minimum. And if they do choose to collect all 3 goodies, then they get the speed boost and they're like, oh, wow, right? But what type of player is going to be collecting all 3 goodies? Players that are very good, players that want to achieve faster speeds, players that would benefit the most from getting the speed boost. Yes, me, says Greg. Yes, sir. So I think it wouldn't be a bad idea that if you collected all 3 goodies, on the last goodie that you collect, you get a speed boost. I'm not sure if I would go through with that, but that's just an idea. I'm gonna put that on the pin board. Okay, I'm gonna put that on the board. So, but for now, the goodies are just there to be collected. Now, we're gonna work on the launcher soon as well, but we now know that the goodie system works. So let's just take a look at why this isn't working. Oh, I know. we forgot to add the code that made start rotation equal to true. So let's take a look at this one more time. Let's run the editor, and hopefully we're gonna see all the goodies are rotating at different speeds and starting at different times. So it doesn't look as uncanny, right? Because if they are all rotating at the same speed and the same orientation, it looks kind of weird, right? So this looks a little more natural, right? So let's collect this one. Bing. Nice. All right, breadcrumb number 2. Oh, nice. Okay, nice. You know, and just imagine on the 3rd one, right? You go really fast, and it's a big reward, right? I think there would be no problem with that. Okay. So I also want to introduce the idea of the alternate path, right? Truly the alternate path. Technically, this is an alternate path right here, so I'm happy with that. So let's take a look at here, right? How do we tell the player that there's an alt path? I think we know where the direction is going. So let's go ahead, copy paste the new goodie, put it in the correct folder, and let's drag this goodie to where it belongs. So, like, isn't this fun? This is like, it feels like we're being a level designer now, and we're not actually developing a game, even though we were doing this a while ago. Okay, so where's the first goodie that is basically unavoidable, right? What I want to do is I want to use the goodies as effectively as possible. So when the player walks through the door, the first thing that they see is probably the brightest thing. I've been learning a lot about graphic design, right? And definitely you want to make use of the most eye-catching thing, because it's probably the first thing that players will, or the viewer will look at. So as for the goodie being the brightest thing, I do think that if I placed it here, then the players would immediately know that it would be a really good idea to just touch this cube, right? To go collect this goodie. Now, okay, let's see. I know where I want my 3rd goodie to be, right? It's gonna be here, so that the players are gonna be like, oh, you know, I want to get up here. I want to get up there. Like, how am I gonna do that? Like, what am I supposed to do? But if you don't want to, you don't care, right? You just walk through the maze the normal way. Who cares, right? Now the real question is, where do I put the 2nd one? And I know that, like, one might think like, oh, you could put one here, right? But here's the issue with putting the 2nd goodie here when you put the 3rd goodie here. If you put the 2nd goodie here, you can take a look at the 3rd goodie and the 2nd goodie. These are equally. You should add a counter for it at the top or something. Yeah, I should. I think I'll make it so like there's gonna be like this HUD element over here, and it's like 3 empty slots for cubes, and every time you collect one, I don't know how to do this animation wise, but it would be really cool if it shrunk and then it went to the top and it slotted itself into the HUD. That would be really cool, but I don't know how to do that. Anyways, but let's take a look. Keep taking a look at this one, right? This one is just as out of the way as this one. So in other words, when you collect the 2nd one, it's just as like out of the way as this one. So it defeats the purpose of the 3rd one being there. So I think I might have to put this one. Let's see. Let's see. So here's the idea, right? The first goodie is usually unavoidable. The second goodie you are given if you can play the main path, but you have to go a little bit out of your way. And it also somewhat implies where the shortcut is. So where would that be here? Right? Or not the shortcut, but the alt path, the harder path. So where would that be here, right? It's not exactly out of your way. Maybe like this. Right, but then you would then you're just thinking like, okay, now these goodies are too close together, right? Yeah, and that'd be true. I think because this game has such a big emphasis on goodie skips, or not goodie skips, but on shortcuts and stuff, I think I'll just bite the bullet and go with this. Like I don't think it's that bad. Again, right? It's all about the breadcrumbs. So let's just put this more out of the way. The half slab works. Yeah, I would imagine. So let's just go with this. That way it's more spread out and it makes a little bit more sense. Okay. So those are the goodies for this level. And this is the level about jumping, right? And I think I might need to I need to think about how to rework this, because right now this is the main path, but we don't really have an alt path. So let me take it's almost like a staircase, so it would 100% lead the player. Yeah, it definitely would. Let's play this out and see how it plays. I want to start from level 0, because cube collect, yellow cube, make twirl sound, brain go boom. Like that. Okay, cool. Fun, right? Make your brain go boom, and then you pass through the doorway. You get the little like freeze thing, the freeze shot, and then it shows you collected 3 goodies. Good job. And your time was this. Okay, and then you collect. Hooray! And you can optimize somehow. Okay. So I think it plays pretty well. We might have to switch the positioning of the goodies in a bit, but for now, feels pretty good. It feels pretty nice. Okay. Let me think about what I need to do for this. So you need a despawn animation? You mean for when I collect it? Yeah, for sure. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it explode in a burst of like yellow light, and then it's gonna scatter slowly, something like that. But right now I'm just going with the bare minimum, because it's not exactly interesting to watch me program a particle system. Yeah, like an explosion of yellow light. Yeah, for sure. Okay, down. Let's take a look at this level. You know, I've always thought that this level was really aesthetically pleasing. Legit deleted my message mid-type. I read your mind. You know, I know what the players want. This is just aesthetically pleasing. I just really like how there's like this black block area, like 3 little slabs. I had to rework that. I think I know. So here's the main path, right? You jump over these, and basically there's nothing to like miss. But the alt path would be like would be jumps that you could actually miss. I think that's what I would do, and that's what I will do. And it would be more tight, right? Like the jumps would be a bit tighter. So I think what I'm gonna do is that once the cube jumps here, you can choose to take these easy steps, or you'll take the like let's see. All right, first let's put the first goodie in, right? Let's not forget about why we're here to begin with. Where is it? Give me the arrow. There we go. So the first goodie, right? It's like you basically have to take it, right? And here you make a choice. I see the problem with the design, because what I was thinking is like, okay, I could have one here, right? Oops. I could have one here, and then there's gonna be an alt path, and I could have it here. But here's the idea, right? Like if I put it like this, oh, and then like the idea is like this alt path will eventually lead you here as well. Is that if I make it like this, then when you're doing a run, you're taking this first one, and then you have to choose one or the other. But no, I want you to be able to collect all three. So this is the easy path, right? I might need to make the level longer. Let me think. What could I do here? So the original idea was for me. Hold on. I don't want to click you. Nope, that does not work. How about this? I don't want to see you mid-air. That could be okay. Yeah, I guess that could be a solution. So basically, like I could put a goodie here, but the idea with this is that this third goodie is also like a goodie that's like not out of your way, right? Like my original idea is I wanted the last goodie to be an indicator for what the shortcut was. And this one is also the same thing. But if I don't want to kind of betray my own philosophy by putting the third out of the way to the left of the block. Oh, I guess I could do this, right? Like this is supposed to be one path for the like original path. That was actually one of my intentions, but I actually think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to change this area, and I'm gonna put the final goodie closer to here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give the player incentive to be on this side, basically. Okay, let's take a look. I'm gonna make the alt path here now. Is it this that I'm looking for? There we go. We're gonna turn off the lighting so that we don't have to deal with. The reason why this is happening is because when I start changing the meshes, the baked lighting does not know how to deal with it. Oh, oops. So I'm gonna turn the lighting off, and we're just gonna deal with it the normal way. Let's turn on snapping back on. Something like that. Okay. So you go here. I guess the first goodie would have to be like maybe like here. Oh, here's the first goodie, right? And you collect it, and then you see the easy path in front of you, but then you also see the hard path, which is right here. And so what one might do is they might actually, yeah, so here's the, continuing the philosophy, right? Is that the second goodie you can collect, but if you want to go back to the main path, you can. Right? It's not too late to go back. So this one also serves the same purpose, and then the third one would be like somewhere here. Yeah, I think we might be going for that. So let's see what I can do here. Let's make a new floor here. Something like that. Extend this a little bit. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. It's been too long since I've been doing level design. All right, the slab. Let me think. Does this even need to be here at this point? Where's the beam? Let's just make it go away for now. And then, I mean, I guess I could just do that for now. Just go like this. Let's just make this platform just as tall and line it up. You see how, like, when I'm doing it in Unity, I have to like line it up manually. This is why it takes me so long to make a new level. Okay, we're not gonna care about those lines. This is the easy path. All right, you just jump, jump, jump. Take a slab here. And we're gonna make a relatively more difficult jump. Looks time consuming. Yeah, it definitely is. Okay, let's follow our philosophy from a long time ago. Let's go with a 6-block jump. 6 blocks. Like so. And then you have to jump this direction, I guess. And it's a tiny bit taller. And then boom, boom. Let's make it 2 blocks. Nah, 2 is two is too much. Let's go with 1.5. That doesn't even exist, but we're just gonna roll with it. Like so. This doesn't exist. I don't know what I'm doing. And then we're gonna make that a little taller. Like that. But at this point, I've stopped caring about the grid. So I'm gonna make it so that the first 2 jumps are easy, and then it starts getting smaller, like maybe like this. It's a little too small. Let's give it that. Give it that. Right, and then we can go ahead and delete this. Copy paste. This is the final jump. It's the tallest one out of all of them. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad. It's just... I mean, I'm not entirely that happy with it, but I think it is what it is. And we're gonna go ahead and... I think so that to prevent the player from taking the easy path and then jumping down this way to collect the 3rd goodie, I might have to make this last pillar taller. So, but let's just play it just to see, like how it plays. Not exactly happy with that. Let's see. So the idea is you collect this one, boing, and you're like, oh, I want this one. And you go here, boing, and then you're like, okay, let's keep jumping. And then boom. And then I don't even know why this wall is here. It's because I made it invisible, that's why. It's over here. Let's move this out of the way as well. Out of sight, out of mind. Let's see. So these jumps are possible, that's for sure. Now you see, like, what I actually think I might have done as well is I think I might have made the alt path too time consuming. So I think what I'm gonna do, right, is I'm gonna make it so that if you take the main path, you have to go through this interaction. But if you take the alt path, you just skip the interaction entirely. So instead, right, I like this idea a bit better. We're gonna, oh god, I hate how the rotation works like this. But we're just gonna rotate it this way. We're gonna make it go this way, right? And let's just make this a little more geometrically interesting. First, we're going to extend the dead zone so that if you fall, right, it's punishing. Let's see how big this checkpoint is. It is like that. So basically no problem, as far as I know. But okay, let's see. I mean, this looks fine to me. And then we're gonna move this way. Let's just go this way. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah. Let's just delete this and delete that. Copy paste that. And then we're just gonna make it a little taller like we did before. And then we're gonna make it a really big pillar this way. We're gonna have to make this go down as well to give it the depth that it needs. I'm gonna go ahead and extend this. Right, okay. Cool. Yo, Bingles, I'm gonna have to call it a night. Wish I could stay longer. Hey, thanks for popping by. I'm really glad that my two regulars actually managed to pop by and say hello. I'm really happy that you guys still showed up. Yeah, time being very limited is something I can definitely relate to. And I try my hardest to study as much as I can, but make enough time to stream. And I hope you have a good night as well. And I hope you enjoyed for today. I'll be continuing to work really hard on my game so that you guys can enjoy in the future. You have a good night, Gregors. We're going to be seeing each other in Cube multiplayer update. It will be legendary. Okay. This is where this final goodie is going to be. Dang, this perspective thing is really difficult to deal with. You cannot tell where it is. Okay, there we go. Out of here. Let's try playing this out and see what happens. Ding ding. Okay. I mean, I kind of like that. It sort of defeats the purpose of this, though. Like, honestly. But in a way, it wasn't even... It wasn't a good mechanic to begin with, I think. I'm pretty sure, right? I don't think this whole like falling down and then like that kind of thing, I don't think it was good. So we're just gonna remove it. This wasn't cool to begin with, honestly. Just make it normalized now. Go with that. Make it so that it's pretty important to stay where you ought to be, like so. Yeah, it's a level about jumping, all right. mean, this might be a better level overall, right? Then we're gonna have to move this to the left. Easy path. Delete that. Go like that. I think the only way we can do this is this is actually kind of tough. Just gotta rethink a lot of stuff here. Maybe move this on here. Maybe like that. Then make a bunch of jumps. Like so. This taller, and it's just gonna get smaller and smaller. Let's make this face this direction so that it's more friendly. Snap to this side of the cube thingy-madoo. Maybe like that. Raise the height. I don't even think the cube can jump that high. Yeah, let's just go with that. Move it up. Okay, I think that might be a thing. I'm not even sure. But the no goodie run definitely could be a thing, right? So grab this. Yeah, not bad. I think so, yeah. That might be good. Okay, let's clean up this level a bit. And turn it back into the way it sort of used to look. Something like that. It's a little bit off. Yeah, something like that. Let's see, what can we do here? Yeah, these walls are screwed up. I can't believe these walls are like this. It's so screwed up how their handlebars are like all the way here. am not enjoying the way they work. Flippin' Unity, man. It's the end of me. Why do I even bother? Oh, okay. There we go, snap it. Give me the right snapping, please. What is going on here? Let's go with 0.5, please. Okay, let's just pretend that this snapping is right. Oh my god. All right. Yeah, you can go away. Okay. I thought I turned the lighting off. Rotate this way. Much better. Like that. Yeah, okay, now it looks a lot more normal. What we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to drag these down. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, it looks more like a full level now. Gotta make sure nobody falls into the abyss. Okay, cool. I'm a bit iffy on the overall design of this, but we're still accomplishing what we're trying to accomplish. So let's play the whole thing. 31. Oh, missed it. I missed the goodie. Yikes. You can't be doing that. Oops. Goodie 2. I see the problem. Alright, anyways. And then these are the goodies that we care about. I'll make it so that they'll get collected if you just get close enough. I like the alt path. The alt path is fun. And that's all that matters, if the alt path is fun. Okay, let's try that one more time. Yeah, the descent is better there. Okay, cool. And as for level 3, I think we're going to have to end up removing / reworking it. Level 3, let's keep that in mind for next time stream. That we're gonna change level 3 to be a proper introduction to twirling. Yeah, and oh, this doesn't need to be here. Can we just delete this? Okay, I guess we shouldn't. Not that we can't, because we can do anything we want. It's more like we shouldn't, right? It's not about what you can or cannot do. It's about what you should and shouldn't. Let's just go with that. I mean, honestly. This level design is scuffed, man. That's all I gotta say. Oh goodness. I think that's a bit better. I hate this. I can't wait to start working on some real good levels instead of whatever this garbage is. Okay, Anyways, I think that's a pretty good time to wrap it up. It is currently we are currently on level 2. We've done 3 levels today, right? 2 more streams and we'll basically be done with everything. But I think 1 more stream. Right? Next stream, we'll be finishing up all the goodies and stuff like that. And we're gonna have to start. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm the original guess was right. 2 more streams, right? Because we'll be working through the other levels while we're at it. But yeah, so this is the idea of what we're gonna do to the demo. Right, we're gonna just be adding a lot more depth to it, more mechanics, more features, and whatnot. And I hope you guys all enjoyed the development stream today. I'm gonna have to cut it short. Wednesday is also going to be a streaming day. It might have to be just as short because I have to prepare for that exam that I have on Thursday. It's gonna be the first exam. So you guys wish me luck. But anyways, thank you all for watching. And I hope you guys have a really nice night. This is Bingles, and I will be signing off.